Hi guys. Hi Deep.
Hi, Pa.
So good afternoon everybody. Welcome to Udan, and this is another interesting session we are going to conduct. So let me give you a brief about Udan. Udan is a platform which tries to bring in speakers from varied fields every time to share their experiences and their knowledge. It's a shared platform so that everybody can benefit from it. For today, we have architect Deep Vora, a brilliant guy. I know him personally. He has been my friend for very long, and whatever I say will be less about him. A very humble guy, and let's not talk about his personal life, but professionally, he's an architect. He works with Hafiz Contractor. He has done various projects. He would like to keep his client confidential, but I can assure you he has worked with several business houses, few of the wealthiest individuals in India, and he has named a few. I will keep them confidential, but I would say those are the people everybody would dream to work with. Coming to today's session, it's on SketchUp. Deep is an expert in several softwares. I've taken help from him personally when it comes to Photoshop, but apart from that, he's skilled at various workshops. He's been taking workshops for several platforms currently, and even at his firm, Hafiz Contractor, he's someone a go-to person when it comes to using such tools. I won't waste much time, but this is Deep's Instagram profile. You guys can follow it, and he's more than happy to share all his expertise, be it in the field of using softwares or even when it comes to interior designing, architect designing. He's more than approachable. Here, I'll stop my part. Deep, over to you.
Thank you so much, Pa, for introduction, and thank you so much, Udan, for inviting me for session and so that I can share my skills with you. I will start sharing my screen. I have a small presentation to be made before I start actual SketchUp software. So I will just share my screen so that everyone can see. Can you all see my screen? This SketchUp is a software. It's used for architects, it's by architects and interior designers, also by product designers, furniture designers, which helps to make a 3D output before the actual object or building is actually made. So this helps the clients to visualize the what he is going to invest in. SketchUp is used in architecture, landscape design, civil and mechanical engineering, film and video game design. So before starting software, I will just tell you how to download the SketchUp software. Is The link is already there in the Instagram page of Udan. Also, you can go to www.sketchup.com and you can try this software for 30 days for free by using and by registering your email ID. Uh, so today we will learn about basic interface of SketchUp tools like line, arc, rectangle, pull, push, offset, tape, etc. So you get basic idea how you can model your complex geometry into this software. Here are some of my works which I've done for myself and also for some of the clients which I handle personally. This is a thesis project of my friend which I did a SketchUp model for a thesis. So just this took just 24 hours, and 24 hours you can just produce so nice and beautiful model. Whatever you have in your mind or whatever you have it on your paper, it can go uh, into views and present as a JPEG image, or it can also be used as an diagram format, or it can be used as a line frame conceptual drawing if you want. So it just not produces the views, but it also helps to produce diagrams and axonometric views also. So this is an interior lift lobby of one of my clients, and these are two options which we made. Also, this is interior of a shop. It's a sanitary ware shop. So this is the interiors of an office building. Like the client was not able to visualize what the space between the two chairs and what's the space between the what in the meeting room and conference room. So we just made this 3D and gave them these axonometric shots, and then he was able to visualize at what he's going to invest in. So let's start SketchUp. Also, if you want to write down or take down notes, you can go and get your pen and paper, and then we can start with the actual software. So should I wait or should I just continue part? I will start my sharing my screen of and show you what are the basic tools which you need to start the SketchUp. So whenever you start the SketchUp, there is this box which appears, which says it's simple. There are various templates which you can choose, but I will choose architectural millimeter over here because architects work in millimeter. Is my screen sharing? 1 minute. Yeah. So yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So here on the top bar there are few tools. Also there are tools from this drop down menu. I will show you some of the tools, and these tools will help you to do like maximum of your work. But if it's very complex kind of geometry, then we will go for an advanced lecture in this. So I will start with this line tool. Line tool is basically just like a pen, and like a pen you do freely. You can just draw whatever you want, and yeah. Also, you see over here there is a left hand side bottom. There is something called as measurement. So whatever is in this SketchUp software is in it's a real dimension, and it exists in the real world. So if you see this lady over here, this SketchUp provides this one human figure in every version of the software. So everything we design is in relation with this human being. So just for an example, they have given this human. If you just measure the height, it's 1687 mm, which is the actual height of an average human being. So second tool is a freehand tool, which you can just freely draw whatever you want. And yeah, so this surface, the whatever is in gray, that's a surface, and whatever is in black, these are the edges. And whenever we select anything, that comes in blue part. So if I select this surface, it becomes a blue dotted. If I select this entire surface by double clicking on it, it will be the lines, the black lines become blue because it's selected. So this indicates that it's selected. I have selected the surface. Also, this is arc, rotated rectangle command, which I can draw an inclined rectangle at any angle I want. We will not use this command very often in this, because if we want to rotate a rectangle, I will show you another tool for it. Also, this is a circle, and if I pull or push, I will show you what's pull and push. It will become a cylinder. So rectangle becomes cuboid or cube. Square becomes a cube. Rectangle becomes a cuboid. Circle becomes a cylinder. And if you want to produce complex geometry and complex shapes, I will show you later. I will show you what's an arc, how to draw an arc. Made only this black line comes, and if I just draw one line, connect this line. So this is how you can make surface. I will start with drawing one small project like house. If you have seen, if you are drawn in your second, third standard, how to draw a house with how to draw a house from scratch. Like if you are done in second, third standard, so whatever we start from plan. So if we see the plan, which is a top view of the house, I will draw the top view and then I will go and create other works therein. So I will just show you one tool which I forgot to show you, which is pull and push. So this, can you see over here, when you hover your mouse over any command, it will show drop down menu and it will give you information. If you want any more information, there is something called as default tray window. Go to window and go to default tray and show tray. One tray will maximize on your screen and you can see over here entity info. Sorry, you will see over in instructor, you will see whatever command which you choose, that will show you how that command works in SketchUp. So if you forget anything, you can just refer to the instructor panel on your right hand side of your screen. And if I select this pull and push, the instructor command will change to pull and push tool, and I can just see how to do pull and push. So I know from my previous experience how to do pull and push. So you can just click P, which is a pull and push shortcut. And whenever you go to any surface, it will be in the blue dotted. That means it's selected, and then I can left click on my mouse and start pull or push of the surface. Also, I told you that SketchUp is in real world dimension. So whatever you do in the SketchUp exists in the real world. So if you want to push it to like a proper size, if you want, like I want this cube to push by 2 meters. So I will click over here. I will press 2000 mm, which is 2 meters, 2000 mm, and press enter. So right now this cube is 2 meter high. Can you see over here left hand side? Also, if you want to measure, you can measure by using this tape measure tool. Tape measure tool is available on this top side, top end panel over here. You can go to endpoint to endpoint, and which sets is 2 meter. Also, this tape tool also help you to draw construction line. What are construction lines means? These lines will not interfere with your drawing entities, and this will remain as a non-reacting objects. I will just show you how to draw a construction line. So, can you see this dotted line over here? So this dotted line is a construction line, which means that it will not react to any object. Suppose if I draw a line over, normal line over here, and if I draw a construction line over here, when I draw a normal line, it will just create and interfere in my object geometry, and this construction line will not have any effect over here. For example, if I draw construction line perpendicular to it, it will not have any effect because it's neutral. It does not react to any geometry. So we use this line as a reference line, as a point of reference for any objects or 3D objects that we draw in SketchUp. So we can start with our normal house thing. Can you see this house over here? We can start with simple this kind of house over in the SketchUp. So I will I want the house to be like 20 meter by 20 meter wide. So I will draw here. I will draw 15 meters right now. 15 meter is 15,000 mm. You do not need to write mm over here because this file is already in mm. If you want to check the file dimensions, you can always go to Windows in the top panel and go to Model Info. When you go to Model Info, you will see that the format is in decimal and the length is in millimeters, which is mm. That's why I do not need to write mm every time I write. I will write 15,000 I will like 15,000. Then I will go to 20 meters. Then I will go 10 meters. So if I want to find this point over here, and if I do not know where to stop over here, I will click this over here. I will just move my mouse over here. Do not click anything. I will just move my mouse so that SketchUp knows that I want this point, and SketchUp will now tell me where this point is. So can you see this red dotted line which appears on the
Yeah, of course. लेकिन
screen?
Your video has stopped. Some connection issue.
Hello.
There is some connection issue. Your video is
Okay. Okay. I will just see my connection issue and then I can resume that. Just give me 1 minute. Hello. Yeah, I fixed my connection issue. So I will start. So yeah, so this is a plan of a house which I started. So can you see this surface now? I will just pull and push this surface. I will take it to house is usually 3 meters, but I will take it to 4.2 meters so that you can see properly in your screen. Also, now I want a pitch roof, like a sloping roof of a house. So I will just divide this thing into 2 parts. As you know now, I do not know where is the center point of this. So I will just tell SketchUp to guide me. So I will click over here, which is the midpoint. And can you see the red dotted line which is coming over here? So this guides me. I will click over here and I will take horizontal line over here. So this red, blue and green lines are very important while doing SketchUp. Whenever you see this line, this means the red line is a x-axis, green line is y-axis and blue line is z-axis. So if you don't know what is parallel to red line, SketchUp will tell you by prompting that it's on the red axis. If you don't know what is green, similarly the SketchUp will prompt you that it's on green axis. So also blue axis, similarly SketchUp will always on blue axis so that you do not confuse yourself when you are doing 3D. This will only understand when you go and do 3D, because sometimes you want to pull the thing up but it goes sideways, because I will show you how. So can you see right now it's on blue axis, but I can if I am not sure and if I am not concentrating on my thing, it can go into green axis also. So I think it's going up, but right now it has gone sideways. Can you see? Nothing has pull push. So I will just go, I will just create M. M is the move command, and I will make sure that it's on blue axis. So I will go here, I will pick 3000. I want my roof at 3 meters. We create enter. So this is how I create a house. Also, I will now add a few more details in it, like doors, windows, etc. Before doing it, I will just use a tool called as offset tool. So what I did is I just offsetted the base plan so that this house look realistic, because roof is always offsetted from the main structure so that rainwater or snow falls directly on the ground and it does not hit the wall. So this is something technical part of it, but just I wanted to share with you. Now I will make doors and windows over here. So how to make a door over here? Now you know that whenever you start from the midpoint, the door frame is in middle, so I cannot start from here and go over here or go over here also, because then it will be off center. So I will use a construction line over here so that I know what's the midpoint and then I can start with it. So I will go to this tape tool. I will click over here. Yeah, then you see I will say I want a door of 3 meters. Sorry. Yeah, so the height is 3 meter. Now this is the midpoint of the door. I want the door to be 2 meter wide. So I will take 1 meter on right and 1 meter on the left hand side. So now can you see? Now I will make a rectangle over here. Rectangle, you can take it over here from here also, or you can click R also as a shortcut key. Now this becomes like a door shape. Now I will take rectangle from here to here, and I will make a door frame over here. Door frame you can do by offsetting entire door outside, or I will just show you one more command. You can take it outside by 50 mm. But can you see over here and unwanted geometry is created, this part. So what I will do is I will just click on the 3 lines which I want to be offsetted. I do not want this line to be offsetted because then it will create an unwanted geometry. So I will just do it by 50 mm. And can you see now it's a clean geometry. We always want this model to be clean so that when we edit it further, if there are any changes ahead, we do not struggle with this model. Otherwise, we have to do the entire thing again, which takes lots of time. I will just push it by 100 mm. So now this, and I will push this door by 100 mm behind. So that this is a door over here. Also, if I want to place a door, I will show you how to place actual door, and it will look like a realistic door. I will start with my windows. I know that windows have windows and door lintel level. Lintel is the top level of this this frame, and the window is always at the same level. If you see in your house also, the top of window and top of the door is always in the same line. So I will take this over here. I know that I want window top also at 2000 mm, at 3 meters, sorry. So I will start making window. I want window of 2 meters. So I can draw window. I will draw a rectangle. I'm drawing a very freehand thing right now. But if you want like a perfect thing, you can enter the size on your keyboard. So I will offset it by 50 mm, 50 mm frame over here. I will draw, I want a wooden panel window. I will just divide this into 4 parts. I can know the midpoint when your mouse suddenly stops when it hits the midpoint. So you will know what's the midpoint, and also midpoint drop down menu comes over here, so you know. So now I will just offset everything by 50 mm inside, or 25 mm over here, 25 mm. Also, when you see that this surface is blue, so this surface is getting selected and action will perform on this surface only. So now I want this frame, but this line has been created by us, but now it's not required. So I will just delete this thing and I will push the frame by 100 mm. If you see, I am just dragging this point over here because this board should be in the same line. So when I do this, this is also offsetted by 100 mm from the surface. I want this also to be offsetted. So I will just save my time by pulling this and clicking it over here instead of entering 100 number in the keyboard. Also, I want this frame to be outside by 50 mm. I will do 50, enter. So this is like a wooden frame over here, and this is the window. Well, to make it more interesting and more realistic, I will use something called as bucket tool. Bucket tool is also a material tool which people say the materials over here. So it has all the elements in it. For example, whatever is used in the building industry like asphalt, concrete, brick, and also all this is in ascending order. Not need to search anything when you are having your tight deadlines or when you are just out of your mind while doing this software. Everything is in ascending order. So I know I want to do glass. So I will go to glass and mirrors over here. I also press G on my keypad, so it will take me to the glass window. I will raise this translucent color. Material tool. Can you see now? It's a transparent glass, and I can see through my glass window. Also, now this glass is this surface is a wooden. So I will just press W, and it will take me to water because whatever is in W it will come first. So I will go to wood over here. I will just take any of the wood surface I want, and I will click on this. So now this is a wooden panel thing window. Also, I want to now copy my window. What I will do, I will press my left click continuously and drag, and can you see this black color window over here? I will leave my mouse cursor. I will press M and Control. So when you press Control, you can see this plus sign coming on the Move tool. So plus sign is it copies. So it's like Control C, Control V, but I will just press M, and so I will just repeat myself. I will drag and drop over here. I will press M, and I will press Control. Whenever I press Control, you will see a plus sign coming up on the bottom right hand side corner of Move tool. I will place one. I will just select one midpoint over here, and I will select one midpoint over here. Automatically, my window gets created. Not need to do it multiple times. Whenever I create once, I can copy paste that entire thing. So I want window over here. I also want window. So you can play with the software as you want and as you wish to. Also, I told you that now this is a door. I want one actual door in it. So there is something called a SketchUp Warehouse. A SketchUp Warehouse is a library or of components which other software, other SketchUp users uses and whenever they are done with their model, and if they want to share, they can always go to SketchUp Warehouse and share their model so that it becomes like a public library of all the SketchUp components. Uh, so what I did, I went to this window, I went to 3D Warehouse, and one drop down menu like a new window opens over here. Or you can go to sketchupwarehouse.com also. So I will type door because we want that. Wait for some few seconds because if your internet is not so strong, so it will take some time. So now can you see there are various options of door which is available right now. So I will select this I will select this door over here. I will download it, and this asks me load this directly into your SketchUp model. I can say yes or no. If I do yes, it will directly load into the model which I'm working right now. And if I load and if I say no, it will save it as in my downloads panel. So downloading. So now I will place my door over here. Now you can see that the door frame that we made over here is bigger than the door I imported from out. So what you can do, you can just scale the entire thing. I will just place this over here. I will do S. S is the shortcut of scaling, or you can use this scale option which is available in the top panel. I will take it over here. Now also you can see that the door is not in line. So there are various control points. I will just show you the control points of this. So can you see there are three on 3 3 3. Here also there is 3, and bottom also there are 3 points. So these are the control points, and you can control it by clicking on it. You will understand better if you try yourself. And what does each control point do? If you want to scale it in a uniform manner, you can press S, and can you see over here uniform scale about opposite point comes. So that this means that it's uniformly throughout. This means that it's not getting distorted. So door came over here. Now I want to add some materials and textures. Now this line we don't want, so I will just select this line and I will select delete. Now can you see over here I want some material, so I will go to bucket and I will go and I will select roofing patterns. So there is something called as roofing. I will go to roofing and I can select any of these. I will select this. So whenever you want to do any view or any model, just do if you want to just do whatever you want to be seen inside the view. If I want this view to show to my client or show to any of my friends or anyone, I will just work on this view. I will not go behind because that's not getting seen. So why to waste our time and model the entire thing which is not being seen? But we are just learning right now, so I will just show you. So now I want a pattern on the walls of the house. So I will go to cladding, the brick cladding and sliding. I will select something like this or this. So this should go in similar color tone of the roofing because it cannot be too dark or too light. It should go like similar way. So this is how, yeah. Also, if you want to change intensity of this pattern, you can click over here. You can click Alt. So this bucket will change in dropper. When you click this, you can do this edit panel, and you can play with the intensity of the brick. Also, if you want to do, you can just reset the color, whatever it's there in. So can you see whenever I change the bar over here, there is something called reset color. I will just click that. So it goes to the previous original pattern which the SketchUp has provided to us. So right now, is there now I want to make it, I do not want this object to get associated with different objects. So I will do group. What is group and components? I will just show you right now. So now if I take two similar planes, and if one of the thing I do it in component and one I will do it in group. So make group, make component. So I will do some color over here. I will do red color. I will also do red color over here. Now left hand side is a group and right hand side is a component. This is a component and this is a group. So when I will copy paste this thing, okay, and if I change my original group, or if I change original group to blue, none of my groups got changed. But if I change my component to blue, each and every component got changed. It's not just the original. If I just select this and change it, then also everything will get changed. So whenever you are repeating objects, just like windows or doors, you can just make it a component and then copy paste it. So whenever you change in one of the objects, it will get changed in different objects. For example, if I want to change this color, if I want to change this color, and none of my windows will get changed because it's not in component. So that's the difference between component and group. So that's a very smart way of working if you want to do everything like very easy and handy way instead of just doing everything manually. I will draw one plane over here. So this means this is the ground on which the house is resting on. Now I will offset it and make like a compound wall, and I will just push this up. I will make it a group so that I can edit it after I make some changes. Like I will take it 1 meter high. Now this I want like a landscape part, so I will go to landscape, and can you see there are pavers with grass brick and pavers is grass herringbone. Herringbone pattern is like a brick pattern. So can you see over here? I have done this. And also I want this compound wall. So I do not want this compound wall to be like a concrete wall. I want it to be like a planter kind of thing, which you see in very modern buildings and modern compound walls. So it's just a grass which is growing around it. I want this, so I will just cut it from here because I will go inside the group and then I will be able to edit it. So whenever you go inside the group, whatever is outside the group will go into a pale color kind of thing, so that you know that it has gone inside. Also, you can change the setting also, but this I will advise you not to change any settings over here, because whatever SketchUp has given is very smart way of working it. And if you're not comfortable, you can always change it. Also, now you can see now this gate has been created. Now I want to add some planters over here also. So I can go to 3D warehouse and get my planters over here. But I have already downloaded the models from 3D warehouse, so which I have like planters. So when you see these creepers over here, I want creepers to grow around the house. I will just copy paste. Now this creeper is in horizontal, but I want it in vertical. So what I will do, I will just rotate the thing. There's something called as rotate command over here. I will take it and rotate it vertically, and then I can place my So now it looks like the planters are growing above it on the walls of the house. Which also gives a look like it's a very ancient house and of very medieval period. So now can you see over here, it looks more realistic. Now I want to add some trees over here so that it looks like very realistic view, and also I will add the sky over here. I will go to, I have already downloaded trees over here. I will show you what is the specialty of this tree. If you see SketchUp 3D model, everything is in 3D. But now some components are in 2D, and how we can make it look like a 3D, I will just show you. So can you see over here? 1 minute. Yeah. So can you see over here, this tree is in 2D, but I will make it look like a 3D object by just manipulating the settings in my component style. Whenever you control, so I just did Control C, Control V from my previous tree file. I will right click, I will just select everything by double clicking on it. I will right click and make group, or I will make component, and there is something else, always face camera. So face camera is whenever we see anything that faces the camera, so I will just select that, tick mark on that and create. You can always name the thing. I will, or you can just leave it, so default name will come up automatically. So I will do create. So whenever I just move my screen, move my camera, the tree will rotate over there. But when you see it in the plan, it will be a 2D tree. So this is a also what's the benefit of this, because when you make like a complex model and a bigger model and everything is a 3D object, your file becomes very heavy and then it crashes. So this is the best way of dealing with your 3D file so that it does not crash your computer also, and it does not slower down your PC. So I will just copy paste it. Yeah. Then you see I just copy pasted, and wherever I move my camera, the trees will move according on my camera. So this is what it is. Also, I can add more people. So this SketchUp lady is also a 2D thing. If you see it in the plan, it's a 2D. It's like a paper, and it will move according to my camera. So they have already done the settings and given us this model. So I want to add one car over here, so I can go to car. Now I will do Control C, Control V, and copy paste this car. Also, when you one thing you have to note that whatever you download from the SketchUp warehouse, everything is in 1:1 dimensions. So you do not need to scale. But if you need to scale, you can do it. But everything is in 1:1 scale. So I will place my car over here. And now I will go and set the views. But before setting the views, I will just do some minor corrections in in the styles. So I will go to show tray. There is something called as styles over here. So what is the styles over here? I will just show you. I will go to assorted. There are various templates available. I will go to any few of them and explain you. So this is just like the filters you use in your Instagram or any photo editing app. So this is just like that, and you can see different styles, different editing options which are available in the 3D viewing model. So You can do it as a wireframe kind of thing, or you can do it like a conceptual. When the building is in conceptual stage, you can do it like a sketchy effect kind of thing. So yeah, this is just editing of that thing. If I want to add a style over here, a sky over here, I can do this. Also now you see that these lines are in orange, so I will just I will go to edit. I will change this orange to black so that all my edges are black. And now you can see that the blue sky is has got added. So also I will go to edit. I will remove these dashes. I will remove all the things which are over here, and I will just keep edges over here, on over here. So when I click, if I show you, if I click, if I just on everything over here, what effect it will be? It will be very dark effect, like if I, and lines will be very thick, which I don't want in my model. I want very fine line, so I can show like a proper realistic view. I will go to view, I will go to camera, I will go to view, I will go to animation, and I will add scene. So whatever is in front of you will get added as a scene over here. So now can you see that the scene one has got added? Also, if I want to add some other scenes, I can do it by rotating my model and taking one snapshot over here also. Right click. I will do right click over here and add scene and add. Or I can also go to view animation and add scene. Either ways we can do this. We can do the thing. So yeah, so also we can add shadows over here. Also remember, whenever you on the shadows, you on while you are adding the scenes, because it's too much of your RAM memory and graphic card, and it will slow down your PC if your model is very high in terms of high quality and high in terms of your size. So can you see right now the you can play with the shadows thing, but as I told you, please on this when you are just taking down your final scenes and exporting as a JPEG, please do not on the shadows and start working on your model, because then it will take too much time in loading everything. And whenever I'm saving my file, I will off my shadow and then save my file. So I will do save my file as. We'll go to this desktop and I will say SketchUp model. So I will do save. So whenever you save the file, I will show you what output it has come as and what format it is in. I will just save these views so that you can see what the output is. File, go to export, go to 2D graphics, and I will save it as a Udaan SketchUp model, and go to JPEG. You can also save it other file format as PDF, JPEG, but JPEG is most usually used in image things, so I will use JPEG. If you want a very high quality, you can play with the pixels in it. I have already done a high quality pixel, which is 5000 pixel. And if you want like a very low quality, use the view size. View size is whatever you see on the screen. If you take a snapshot or if you use this, both the image will be same, as it will be very low image. I will do it 5000, which is very high pixels, and it will produce very high quality of my model which I have done. So I will do it export. Now I will just off my shadows and do Control S so that it saves my model. Please never do, never ever on your shadows and do Control S, then it will take too much of your RAM memory. I will just minimize it and I will show you what. 1 minute. You cannot see my screen, right? I will just. Just share my screen again. 1 minute. I will just open the folder and show you. Yeah. I will go to share screen and can you see over here, Udaan? So now can you see over here Udaan SketchUp model and Udaan SketchUp model? There are two models which are produced. So what are these images? So what are these models? So left hand side is a SketchUp model which is the main file, and second thing is a backup model. So you see the type of the file is SKB. B means B stands for backup, and over here this is the main SKP file. So can you, if I go in properties, you can see is SKP file, is SketchUp file. So this is a difference between two. Or please do not delete your backup model, because if you crash your original file, you can use your backup model as a processing file whenever you lose it. I will show you Udaan. I will show you Udaan SketchUp model which we saved as a JPEG image. So can you see right now? I can just crop. 1 minute. I can just crop whatever is below, so that crop. Or you can use Photoshop. Then you see this file. So this is how SketchUp works. Also, I have already done a few things before I started this model. I have completed this file so that I can show you. Now you can enhance it by using many components from SketchUp Warehouse. I'll just share my screen again. Yeah. The file is opening. Just give me 2 minutes. Yeah. So can you see the file? I already done this thing before. I have placed these trees over here. I have placed humans over here, which are all downloaded from the SketchUp Warehouse. I have not done anything like building over here. I have just placed the chimney over here and door over here. So these are the medieval lamps which are used as a lighting lamp, and some street furnitures which are downloaded from the warehouse, and also this gate. So yeah, so this is what is a finished model which you can see over here. So yeah, if you have any doubt or any comments, you can write down in the chat box, and then we can answer each of the questions.